Rico. It's another tough one, and the block is there.
Wow.
Karina Ocasio just roofing the attacker there.
And now Puerto Rico putting on a blocking clinic here. Look at that.
One of the first misses for Rosa Maria in this match so far. She came in early, and she has been great. Down the line, though, goes Figueroa. Jose Mieles continues to pace up and down the court on that Puerto Rican side as Ocasio pounds that one off the block. He high-fived Sealhammer on her way to the bench.
Well,
Puerto Rico 3, Brazil 1.
It's great to see Puerto Rico come out on the court with this mentality and this mindset. They want this one. They feel they have an opportunity. They feel they're capable of getting it. And they are pumped.
An errant pass. Oh, and that ball is driven down. Very businesslike by Mariana on that left side.
Yeah, there's no mistake about that one. She just hammers it.
Oh, and that one was hit hard. The two Ocasios. Sheila coming into the middle. Karina on the right side.
There you have that split in the block. A little missed time on the Brazilian side. Not able to close that seam.
Oh, and this one dropped. Can it be saved? No, it is thrown back down by Puerto Rico. The wall there goes to work. 5-2 here. Fifth set.
Both teams playing hard. It's like it's the first set. The energy has just lifted in here.
And Brazil calls the first time out. Guimara is the only coach to win Olympic gold medals, both a men's and a women's team. He was in Barcelona with the men, in Beijing with the women, and London in 2012. 6 consecutive South American championships this squad has won, and they're being pushed to the limit now by Puerto Rico.
This would be a major upset should Puerto Rico pull this out.
The crowd is chanting. The bullpen is chanting. Diving save keeps this one in. And another one from Sealhammer. And Figueroa out of the back row.
Look at this.
The save.
You gotta love it. Whoa.
The block finishes it off. Sheila Ocasio gets out there. Those big outstretched arms wrapping around the ball.
The play is just excellent on both sides of the net, but Puerto Rico, you gotta love this. Look at the pursuit. Everybody's involved. Then the block shut down at the net.
And on that dig, Mieles was running back with his libero, trying to help her out. This one, though, Rosa Maria, steady as a rock.
Puerto Rican side of the net didn't move for that ball. I don't even think they saw it coming. It came so fast and furiously. Wait, you got the crowd in. The Puerto Rican fans are going crazy. Brazil always goes crazy.
Double subs coming in here. Rosa Maria and Macris. Anna Tiemi coming in along with Joyce. This is a big blocking front row for Brazil. It'll be important for Puerto Rico here to get out of this rotation quickly. The dig is made. Saved. Another fantastic dig. And finally, it is put down by Joyce. A sprawling Enright can't contain that power.
But this is great volleyball on both sides of the net. These players are playing hard. Everybody's focused, working together as a unit, going for everything they can possibly get their hands on.
6-4, Puerto Rico over Brazil. Oh, and this one just cleared the net by a fraction of a millimeter and rolled over and down.
And it just dropped so fast. Watch the surf, you can tell in the replay, I don't know, but it just takes a dive.
And a timeout is called immediately as Mieles wants to talk it over.
Every point's critical here.
It's a thriller here. Women's semifinal volleyball.
Opportunity for Brazil right now.
And they capitalize on that block. So this one is now tied at 6. Puerto Rico took an early lead. Brazil has eaten into it.
The block's up, but they're not squared up. They're at the net, but they got to get all 4 hands squared to the hitter.
High ball situation, back row, the block again. Brazil is holding fast. And will their experience carry them through?
That's a big block. Boy, that was textbook.
Mariana closing from the wing position to help out there. And it's another tough serve. And a free ball that's going over here. Here come the Brazilians. Camila. And the block again on a very low set. There was nothing that Cruz could do. And Brazil has come storming back after being behind, and at the side change now, they have opened a 2-point gap.
But look at Ocasio. She's out of steam. She's not effective at all in the middle. Makes it easy for the Brazilian blockers to get outside and put the lid on that attack.
So there will be no stoppage in play here, but an opportunity for Sheila Ocasio to catch her breath. She's wearing number 17 in the front row with the blonde hair.
Well, they really need her, Charles. She's a big part of that offense. The more time they can stall here so she can get some energy built up, the better.
And a double substitution here as Rosa is coming in along with Valentin. New hands, new left side. Ocasio goes out. Mojica goes out. So a smaller left side here, but a high flyer.
A break there, and again, more time for Ocasio to get rested in that middle position. That's a very, very tough position. You're constantly transitioning, having to go left, go right for blocking purposes. That's a big responsibility, and it takes a tremendous amount of energy.
Good serve is set to the wing, and Joyce goes right over the top. And what a timely play that was from Joyce. 1 meter 90, 30-year-old, a veteran for sure. Won the World Cup Grand Prix silver in 2009, the World Championship, same thing. And finally it is down, pursuit by every member of the Brazilian team, but they can't bring it back. A 1-point game still here. Thrilling finish to this semifinal match, and this is only the first semifinal.
So Ocasio now in the back row. Maybe she'll get some rest here after she delivers this serve. She's just mentally out of it. I've not seen anything coming out of her since early on in this 5th set.
Then Michelle comes into the back row to serve. Angelica comes out. That's a good serve. And it's tracked down. Brazil in transition. Right across the court it goes. And it is Joyce again. They use that height to advantage.
They do. It's a small block across from them. They reach, go right over it. Look at the size difference. There's a seam. There's just nowhere to go for Puerto Rico in terms of shutting that down.
And a timeout called immediately by Puerto Rico. Trying to stay in contact. They're down by 3 here in the 5th set. They were up 2 sets to 0. And it was a very close 3rd set. Brazil pulled it out. And that gave them just what they needed.
Ladies and gentlemen, please thumbs up by turning your flashes on. No flash emojis so it doesn't interfere. It's very important. Thank you.
Brazil and Puerto Rico locked in a 2-2 battle here. 5th set, 11-8 Brazil. Out of the back row, though, Puerto Rico finishes.
That was well executed. You saw that play developing. If the set was in the right place, it was going to be successful, and it was. That was a great attack from the back row.
Starters back in. Ocasio coming in the front row. That's Karina, plays on the right side. And this is the setter, Mojica. Going deep, tough serve. But Garay is equal to the task, wiping it off the outstretched hands.
That was Morales getting tooled on that block. Did not penetrate. She knows it. She looked at her teammate and said, "You caught me right on the side," which it did. You have to seal that net. Get those hands out in front.
More substitutions. Joyce coming out. What a run she had. Starters back in now. Macris, the setter on the end line, looking for instructions.
Nice spots.
And it's in. It's in on the end line. Cruz ducked out of the way. Made the decision. Wrong choice. 13-9 now for Brazil.
Carnero, she looked over to the bench. The coach gave the signal for that last serve, and she nailed it. Let's see where she goes. I'm assuming the same spot. Not that time.
So Macris goes into the net, but it is 13-10. Enright has been good from the end line. Top spin, side spin, cross-court serve.
She's the one you want serving right now.
And it's another good one, taking away options. And the block gets her. Point.
And that was a perfect serve. Like you said, Charles, it did take away options. They only had one. That pass forced, or that serve forced that pass to the right side. The blockers were there to capitalize.
And so now it's Brazil trying to interrupt the flow as they want a timeout. Tears in the crowd here.
Well, they're into their volleyball. They're into their sports. Brazilian fans are very emotional. They come out in droves to support their teams, and they feel like they're out there on the court with those players.
13-11, Brazil over Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico on the service line. Stephanie Enright into the net. And what a timeout that turns out to be, as it creates a match point opportunity. Figueres is on the end line, and he gets a signal from her coach. Puts the tough one in, and the block is there. The block finishes it off. An emotional match. Nobody would have given Puerto Rico any chance of winning this, but they came out and surprised Brazil. The quality of their play was outstanding from start to finish. Brazil's experience in the big matches, though, just a little bit too much at the end.
It was, but again, like you said, Charles, credit to this Puerto Rican team. They did a tremendous job taking Brazil to the limit. It was tight all the way, and even just now, that could have gone either way with one or two plays different. That was a great production from Puerto Rico. Credit to them, and of course Brazil being down 0-2 and having the steadiness to come back and win that match.
And you know that they were excited. Their coach jumped about 4 feet in the air after this last point.
So that means a lot. You know,
there he goes.
Yeah, there he is. You're right. That's awesome. But Brazil, you know, they're that kind of team. They're so experienced. They can be down 0-2. They can be in a rut. And they're just so poised. They'll come back and they'll chisel away. And that was tough. That was a great response on both sides of the net.
Well, it was a thriller for the crowd, and Brazil is headed for the gold medal match. For Puerto Rico, they have to settle to play for bronze.
Take a little rest and then come back in. Some more great semifinal match coming up.
Well, that was a lot of fun, though. It was a great match for these fans to see. Great representation of both countries. Well, will the stats tell the story? It's a close one. Look at the spike department. It's a wash. Blocks. There's the story. Blocking. Brazil 21-13. That was big. A great match again on both sides of the net.
Well, the Puerto Rican men put on a show last night, and the Puerto Rican women tonight in the semifinal. They fall in 5 sets and have to play for bronze, but for Brazil, it's another chance at Pan Am gold.